can keep at event committee. Jika alarm kebakaran berbunyi, harap tenang, jangan tinggalkan ruangan sebelum ada instruksi evakuasi dari speaker-speaker kami. Staf hotel akan mengarahkan Anda menuju assembly point. Assembly point kami terletak di belakang gedung hotel ini. Dari ruangan ini ada 3 pintu exit emergency. Pintu emergency exit terdekat, keluar dari ruangan ini, kemudian belok kiri menuju ke lobby entrance. Dan demi keamanan, mohon barang berharga jangan ditinggal tanpa pengawasan atau bisa dititipkan kepada panitia acara. Demikian informasi yang dapat kami sampaikan. Atas perhatiannya kami ucapkan terima kasih.
Thank you for the safety induction. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next agenda in this occasion of this morning by Sing Indonesia Raya. Attendees, please stand up. Attendees, please be seated. Well, ladies and gentlemen, actually our event today is the 3rd Indonesia Circular Economy Forum 2019 that already held by Green Generation Foundation. This event already held for the 3rd time, and this year's is the 3rd time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when I'm looking at you, I'm so curious because we look that there are so many delegations here. Then before we before we start our event today, and we are still waiting our minister also, me as Master Ceremony would like to ask one of you, may I? Oh, actually all of you still, I thought that you are still waiting and curious, but still nervous. Are you already have your breakfast? Already? Not yet, sir. Okay. And also, now we would like to kindly say, His Excellency, please welcome our Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan. Please welcome, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we start our event today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. His Excellency, Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, the Honorable Deputy for Academic Affairs of the Ministry of National Development Planning, Mr. Bambang Priyambodo, the Honorable Head of the Delegation of the European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Mr. Vincent Picat, the Honorable Charge d'Affaires at Interim of the Embassy of Norway, Mr. Bjonald Hovet, the Honorable Ambassador of Denmark to Indonesia, Timor-Leste, Papua New Guinea, and ASEAN, Mr. Rasmus Abildgaard Christensen, the Honorable Ambassador of Finland to Indonesia, Mr. Jari Sinkari, the Honorable Director of Environmental Affairs of the Ministry of National Development Planning, Mr. Medrilzam, the Honorable Assistant Deputy of Environmental Conservation of the Coordinating Ministry for Academic Affairs, Mr. Dida Gardera, the Honorable Founder of Green Generation Foundation, Mr. Bijaksana Generosano, the Honorable Distinguished Guests, ladies and gentlemen, our pride of all stakeholders and delegation. Good morning. Please welcome to the 3rd Indonesia Circular Economy Forum 2019, Monday, 11th November 2019 at Pullman Tamrin Hotel, Jakarta, Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the first reception will be delivered by Mr. M. Bijaksana Generosano as the founder of Green Generation Foundation to give the opening remarks. For Mr. Sano, please stand and please are welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Dear Mr. Luhut Panjaitan, Coordinating Minister of Maritime and Investment, Mr. Bambang Prijambodo on behalf Ministry of National Development Planning, all ambassador and representative, government leader and officer, friends and partner, and all distinguished the 3rd Indonesia Circular Economy Forum guests and participants. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Thanks God Almighty we can gather this morning in this forum with spirit to realize Indonesia maju and a better world ecosystem. Indonesia, this is our beloved nation, an important country on the world ecosystem. According many research institutions, Indonesia in 2030 will become the 4th largest economy with a GDP around 10.1 trillion US dollar. A lot of research had been conducted and future economic projection. But genuinely, on behalf of the young generation, Green Generation Foundation poses the question that hasn't been asked yet so far. What kind of economy will Indonesia or the world have in 2030? Will it be an economy that makes our society happy? Will it preserve the beauty and carrying capacity of our nature and environment? Or will it inherit more problem on our future generation? We know and are now aware that with today linear economy system, that system that's still focusing on take, make, and dispose from society, the system is not sustainable and create many issues as well as problem. Now, everyone is discussing about plastic waste pollution, marine debris, waste problem, and more. How sustainable is an economic system that creates all of these urgent issues? This might be the scariest moment of our life. Our aspiration as young generation is to shift from linear economy towards circular economy, a system or a model of economy that aims to redefine growth with a focus to enact positive society-wide benefits. It is based on 3 principles: design out waste and pollution, keep product and material in use, regenerate natural system. Waste for Change research show that with circular economy model, from waste management perspective only, Indonesia will have a new economic value around $7 billion or 100 trillion rupiah or 4.1% our 2009 state budget. From holistic value chain, it can add up to $35 billion or 500 trillion rupiah or 20.5% our 2019 state budget. Therefore, Generation Foundation and all our friends managed to set up Indonesia Circular Economy Forum start from 2017. And thank you, Mr. Luhut, you are opening the keynote speech in 2017, and now we have you back in 2019. Thank you very much. The message from previous forum, 3 main challenges to set up circular economy in Indonesia. 1, commitment. For circular economy is not limited only to government and corporate commitment, but also the community commitment to implement it on daily basis. 2, implementation refers to how to apply circular economy in every element because every element have their own different roles, therefore requires different treatment as well. 3, funds that become a major obstacle for small actor that seek transformation but does not have the sufficient amount of fund to initiate the transformation. 3 main solutions that is being recommended by previous forum on set up circular economy are education, collaboration, and law. Education are not only carried out toward expert, corporate, or government, but also toward formal education starting from elementary school up to university with the subject tailored to their respective level. Collaboration has to be done by every stakeholder because achieving a massive transformation cannot be done alone. Instead, it has to be a joint effort aiming at one common goal. The law is required as the cornerstone. However, law should not only present in a written form, but also in form of firm law enforcement to ensure its implementation. It sounds normative and familiar on many similar forum or conference. That's a proof we still need to work smarter, harder, and collaborative as much as we have to. On this 3rd forum, let's make the commitment, the collaboration, and the solution. Step aside the ecosystem and let our heart, our mind, and our soul open to the ecosystem. We can start to make sure that circular economy will be on the RPJMN 2020-2024 and the RPGPN 2025-2045 as Indonesia guideline for this country development. Let's hope and help our President, Mr. Joko Widodo, under his leadership and team will implement circular economy for Indonesia Maju. Thanks to all sponsor and supporter. Thanks all participant. God bless us all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Sano, for your valuable speech. Well, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, continuing our next agenda, that is to hear the speech will be delivered by Coordinating Minister for Maritime Affairs and Investment, Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mas Bijaksana, senang ketemu lagi setelah saya hampir lupa kita dulu bahwa saya tahun 2017 melakukan opening ini. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambassador, my friend Christopher from UNDP, I think it's a great honor for me to be here this morning because I'm so glad that I can also share my view to all of you about this issue, because this issue I think is a very, very important for Indonesia, especially for the next generation, our young generation of Indonesia. toward a sustainable future through circular business practices. But let me explain a little bit about Indonesia to all of you, because I think some of you are not really aware about Indonesia. This is Indonesia. Indonesia is the largest archipelagic country in the world. If you look at from east to west, it's like 8 hours flying time, 3 time zones, and our population around 270 million. Our economic growth around 5%, inflation around 3%, and I think their prediction, our economy going to be around 10 trillion US dollar by 2030 and 2035 by Standard Charter. And I think this based on the commodity export. But today, I think with the new era of President Joko Widodo, we look for also the value added, any resources that we have in Indonesia. So before, we just rely on the commodity price. So right now, no more. If you look at now, gradually, we are moving toward that direction. If you look at now like nickel ore, suntin, palm oil, and also about the asphalt road, and we produce, we have the biggest reserve in Buton. I think also the best quality in the world. We're going to make a propellant from that. And also from coal, we're going to gasification. And also from, right now, nickel, we are already stainless steel, carbon steel, also going down to the lithium battery and also recycling. So that's what Indonesia all about. So Indonesia consists of so many tribes, and we are the largest Muslim population. So I believe the GDP of Indonesia, if we are moving toward that direction, I believe it's going to be much, much higher than what the, like Standard Charter predict, our GDP the year 2035. Indonesia experiences negative export growth since 2019, but then this is because we rely on the commodity price. But if you look at today, last year we increased already our export from Marawali, I think stainless steel, already 5.8 billion US dollars. This year going to be around 9 billion US dollar hike the export. And then 2021, we are the largest stainless steel producers in the world. So by 2024, our export going to be around 30 billion US dollar only from that area. So now we have a supply chains, and we're going to be the global player on the lithium battery and electric car within 3-4 years to come. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at also among emerging market countries, Indonesia successfully maintained its growth. If you look at the slide, I think we are so far maintained still very, like steady 5%, but with the commodity price, with the downstream industry value added, I believe this growth within 2 years, 3 years time, we can go up at 6, even higher than 6%. So economic growth can be seen in the decrease of poverty and Gini ratio. If you look at this one, now poverty also, Gini ratio also much better. I give you one example also about the palm oil. Palm oil used to be controlled by the, by the market overseas. Since we implemented the B20, then immediately you see the import of our energy decreased like 25% per September. So by this year, December, we're going to implement the new one, B30. So by doing so, then we can decrease our import energy from 300 trillion US rupiah, or equivalent to 28 billion US dollar, down maybe to half, maybe $14 billion. But in the same time, we also hike our own export. And because of that, I think, ladies and gentlemen, you will see also that could bring our currency in a better status. And also, current account deficit last year it was 31 billion US dollar. I think this year it's going to be around maybe less than 25 billion US dollar. So gradually improve our economy the years to come. So we don't begging anymore to European countries about about the palm oil to export over there, because the palm oil price today is already $700. When I went to Belgium, to the European Union Parliament, I think the palm oil price around $500. So you see $200 hike the price of palm oil. So we can maintain the palm oil price around $750 to $800, even higher with B30 and B40 biodiesel. This is, I think, reduce our import. In the same time, could increase the price of palm oil. Also impact toward our smallholders, 17.5 million people, which is, I think, could also bring, how do you call it, the Gini ratio better, and also poverty rate down. So this, I think, if you look at now the profile of our economy, but at the same time, we are facing also about problem about this issue that this young gentleman, young chap brought to us since 3 years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, maritime economic potential also, we don't manage the last 20, 30, 40 years ago. But right now, if you look at this slide, you see how much the potential of this. So in my portfolio now being also investment, I can tell you something also. Freeport, the last 50 years, we don't get any value added from that. We just export the copper. But now we understand that we have a smelter, but downstream of the smelter could go maybe 10 to 15 times added value from that area. So we're going to match from nickel, copper, tin, bauxite, alumina. We'll see that. And if I may add to you, some of you foreigner representative who never been here maybe, look at the slide. If you go down back to the slide about Indonesia, in Kalimantan, we have 10,000 megawatt hydropower. We're going to build that one. Bisa kembalikan ke slide Indonesia. Ya. Slide Indonesia. Peta Indonesia bisa. Ya. If you look at this one in Kalimantan, kamu tunjukin Kalimantan bisa. Ya. We have 10,000 megawatt hydropower over there. It costs you like 3 to 4 cents per kilowatt hour. So we're going to have a new integrated industrial estate over there. So we can smelting a lot of raw material over there. We can make it integrated over there. So nobody can beat us, I think, with the cost of 3 cents per kilowatt hour. Maybe for a while, after 10 years, they can go down even 2 cents per kilowatt hour, while the smelter costs like 60% energy. So ladies and gentlemen, that's about Indonesia. So Indonesia right now moving very much and very fast on this area. Now let me move to the other problem, impact of plastic litter. This one issue that's very dangerous for the next generation. I'm campaigning to anywhere in part of Indonesia about this. You know, that's the simple message that I give to the people, like in Jawa Barat. I said, hey, plastic can melt to be, what you call it, like microplastic. Microplastic eaten by the fish eaten by the human. If you still can deliver a baby, your baby very potential to be stunting. So we don't want to see stunting generation in this area. So then immediately the young generation considered that we had to do something about this. We have to deal with this issue. Commitment of the government of Indonesia combating marine plastic debris. I think if you look at the slide, behavioral change. We like to also to insert to the curriculum. Now with the new minister, I talked to Nadim. Hey, this one you have to be careful, because Nadim also want to make some adjustment on the curriculum in order to bring the awareness of the people about the environment. Reduce land-based leakage. Now we understand. We collect. After we collect, how do we transport to the to the TPA, the landfill? How do you do? And then after that, what do we do there? So I said no more about clean like this. What I am going to see, how do we execute this one? Like maybe 40 or 10 ton per day. What do you do in 10 ton? With 20 ton, what do you do? But with the 100, 200, 300, 1,000 ton per day, what are you going to do with that? Waste to energy, one issue. Maybe for a while, we have to have an incinerator for the small one, maybe for 10 ton or something like that. So then we have to do it simultaneously, begin next year. Now, government achieved in the first year, October 2018 and September, if you look at this one, we've been working also with Dutch. If you look at also that, what we call it, RCS at the river of somewhere in Jakarta, and I was there, and I think this is also now become a model for us. And how do we do it also with the asphaltar? We mix also plastic with the asphaltar. And the Citarum River is a good model. Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, you've never been there, you better go there, see what happened. Although I'm not very happy also yet with the result, because when the rain is coming, you see also covered by the garbage again. Why? The mentality is still not yet improved very much, because this is the issue that very important that we have to do. We clean up the river, but if the mentality of the people not so good, they will dump again the garbage to the river. And now we impose also to the factory, if they still dump their own waste to the river, they have to take action legally. Now launching Indonesian clean movements. If you look at the slide, we are moving, but ceremony for me, I said to my deputy, enough, I don't want to see ceremony too much anymore. So we have to allocate budget for this action, because we understand already the anatomy of the problem. How do we establish now a solution to any issue? Clean action of the community in tourist destination. I just come back from Bunaken, and I talked to the people in the Bunaken, the head of the Bunaken. Now they have tell the tourists obligation to bring at least 3 plastic from the from the bottom of the ocean. That kind of obligation, because like 150 sometimes a day divers around in the area. So it's a small thing, but that's also your contribution to the environment. And then number 2, every small vessel over there, I was with Christopher, UNDP at the time. We went there 2 weeks ago, yeah? On the 1st of, 10 days ago. They have to have the kind of, equipment to catch the, plastic. So small thing, but it could also give a lot of impact. And every vessel, in a small vessel, they have also obligation to bring plastic from the ocean to the ground. And then on the ground, we have taken care of this plastic. Now this one, reduce land-based leakage. If you look at Citarum River like this is on the left, on the left before and after. It's not easy job. It's not easy job, ladies and gentlemen. I went there before. Look at the slide of before. You can walk on this because so thick of this debris. And then after you look at this one, better. But when the rain is coming, then not as thick as this, but still a lot. Then we have to discipline again our people. So then that's very important to insert to the curriculum. What can we do? This is, I think, to reduce the plastic bag. So now we are campaigning about this. We're going to have a meeting also next week about this issue. And then profile of national recycling industries. We like to, move on this area. Bijaksana already explained to us the circular economy, the impact of this. Create job opportunity, added value also. We have to do it also. Then good for the environment. Electric car for us is very important. If you look at Jakarta like this, we have already have a strategy, 2 years time. Within 2 years time, I think you will see more and more electric car in Jakarta. So we signed already agreement, and also we're going to have a lithium battery industry somewhere in Morowali. And circular economic development potential, if you look at this slide, I think you are understand manufacturing, consumption, use, etc. And also innovation on technology intervention, like the asphaltar. This is, I think, we have to encourage more and more. Although this one, not yet as much as I expected. We have to push them more. Why in India can do it? Why not Indonesia? India really, I don't know, maybe 120,000 kilometers using asphaltar. Plastic mixed with asphaltar. Reduce your cost, make it durability of this asphalt like 40%. Potential, this is also waste to energy, ladies and gentlemen. This one, the small one, this is like 100 ton per day. So that could accommodate by this technology. Now pilot project is not 12 cities, I think 70 cities. We like to move very quick. Before too much bureaucracy, and I said, no, cannot do that anymore. So we're going to change, and we move very fast. You'll see next year. Policy of circular economic development, ladies and gentlemen, increased efficiency in the use of raw materials. Yes, indeed, it's very, very important for us. And to conclusion of my presentation, I think in Indonesian fundamental economy quite good, and I don't see much problem, although the global economy not so good. I think if you maintain like this, I think good example by the president, or we'll see also downstream industry, efficiency here, make it also bureaucracy more transparent with artificial intelligence. I think you will see Indonesia much better than today. So some people thought that Indonesia kind of banana republic. No, this country is a big country and rich country. I'm proud to be Indonesian, and I can tell you, you invest in Indonesia today, you can make many things in the future of your company as well as Indonesia. Thank you very much.
Well, for Mr. Luhut, please remain on the stage, sir, because we will have a token of appreciation handed by the founder of Green Generation Foundation, Mr. Bijaksana Junera Sono. Please, time and place are welcome. Okay, the next is token of appreciation from, photo session. We are kindly invite for all keynote speakers also, for the Excellencies, Ambassador of the European Union, Head of the Delegation of the European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Mr. Vincent Picat, and also Charge d'Affaires at Interim of the Embassy of Norway to Indonesia, Mr. Bjorn da Hovet. And also we are kindly invite Deputy for Academic Affairs of the Ministry of National Development Planning, Mr. Insinyur Bambang Priambodo. Please, Bapak, for our next agenda is photo session with all the keynote speakers. Mr. Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, please, Bapak, you may leave the ballroom now. Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the following agenda is we would like to kindly invite to the stage His Excellencies, Ambassador of the European Union or Head of the Delegation of the European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam to deliver a speech. For Mr. Vincent Picat, please time and place are preserved.
Thank you very much indeed for the introduction and for the invitation to speak here. I greet, of course, the Honourable Coordinating Minister, Pak Luhut, who I think gave a very inspiring and clear speech with a very strong message just now. Dear Pak Bambang Priyambodo, very nice to see you again, Deputy Minister of Economic Affairs. Pak Medril, Director of Environmental Affairs in Bappenas. I greet the Chargé d'Affaires of Norway, who is also speaking this morning. I greet Christophe Baguet, the head of the UNDP office in Indonesia. And of course, I greet Pak Sano and his team of Greeneration, who have put together this wonderful event. Selamat pagi dan selamat datang di Indonesia Circular Economy Forum 3. That's about all the Bahasa I speak at the moment. I arrived 7 weeks ago in your beautiful country, and I hope that at a next event I will be able to add a few more sentences to that. But it's a great pleasure for me to be here with you today, great honor as well, together with so many supporting organizations here. Now it's really fantastic to see what sort of lineup we have here from Indonesian governmental, non-governmental and private sector institutions, and the same from abroad. And I think it shows that we have a true alliance in support of the notion of the circular economy, a true alliance in support of cooperation between Indonesia and foreign partners on this particular topic. Now, the transition from a linear economy to a circular one is an imperative for us today. I think the coordinating minister has demonstrated that very, very clearly. And that is true for Indonesia, and that is true for the EU. And you can simply illustrate it with a couple of facts. And when I started my working life, since then, the global population has doubled. The extraction of raw materials has tripled, and the world's gross domestic product has quadrupled. Very, very stark facts, and these trends that we've seen over the past 25 or so years will continue. The International Resource Panel has calculated that the global use of materials will continue to keep up and will more than double between now and 2050. The annual resource use per capita will grow by an estimated 70% by 2050. And by the very same 2050 year, the demand for food is likely to increase by 60% and for water by 55%. Now, and saying that, giving such a figure in a city like Jakarta, of course, is a very critical message. And the other realization is very much that the world's ecosystem can stand only so much. And when we go beyond a certain tipping point, you know what it is, there is no turning back. The trend will continue regardless of what we do. And for us today here in Jakarta at this conference, the implication is therefore very, very clear. We have to address this challenge in ways that are meaningful to the economy and that are meaningful to the people. It's time to move away from the linear model of take, of make, and of dump, and move towards the circular model. Now, in the circular model, is all about creating value and recreating value. I think the minister has illustrated that also in one of his slides. In the production phase of the economy, we need to be more resource efficient and more intelligent. The waste and resource use must be minimized. And when a product reaches its end of life, it can be used and must be used to create new value. This can and will bring tremendous new economic benefits. It will contribute to innovation, to jobs, and to economic growth. But it's also a benefit for society and for the natural environment. Circular economy will be able to do that. Now, we have done that in the EU. We've started with that quite positively, but we are quite proud of what we have achieved so far. But, of course, we are not happy. We need to accelerate and we need to push on. And the thing is that for that, working in Europe alone is not enough. To have results, to have sustainable results, we need global participation. We need global partnerships. And because at the end of the day, we're dealing with a problem that relates to the global public good. Now, that's why we want to cooperate with Indonesia. The minister has shown the figures. This country will be one of the major economies in the world before too long, with a country that has tremendous resources that are not only its own, but also form part of the global public good of the environment. So work together with Indonesia is a priority for us. And the second priority for us is work together with very well-meaning and well-organized organizations such as the Icef. We're glad to be here at this event. We're glad to support Icef with some funding for this activity and also for other activities. We believe that dialogue is necessary because it also helps to share know-how, it helps to create exchange technology, and it allows us to build bridges between our economies, between our peoples. That is what we need, and that is what this event helps do. Thank you very much for the chance to speak to you, and I wish you a very successful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. For Mr. Vincent, please remain on the stage, sir, because we will have a token appreciation again. So we are kindly invite Board of Advisory, Mrs. Irawati Koswara, the Board of Advisory of Green Ration Foundation. Please time and place our welcome to give the token appreciation to Mr. Vincent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to kindly invite Deputy for Economic Affairs of the Ministry of National Development Planning, Mr. Insinyur Bambang Priambodo MA, to deliver a speech. Please turn and place are preserved.
Pak Piket, nice to see you again. Let me deliver the minister's speech. His Excellency Bapak Jenderal Luhut Binsar Panjaitan is just left, Coordinating Minister of Maritime and Investment Affairs. Excellency Pak Vincent Piket, Head of Delegation of European Union to Indonesia and Brunei Darussalam, Excellency, Charge the Affair of the Embassy of Norway, His Excellency Rasmus Abildad Christensen, Ambassador of Denmark to Indonesia, Timor-Leste, Papua New Guinea, and ASEAN, His Excellency Ambassador of Finland to Indonesia, and also very, very important must be Jaksana Junis Rosanu, founder of Green Generation Foundation. Representative from Coordinating Ministry of Economic Affairs and other central government agencies, leaders, and representative from regional government office, leaders, and representative from international public and private agencies, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera bagi kita semua. Good morning for all of us. Firstly, I would like to convey a gratitude to the occasion of the third Indonesian Circular Economic Forum 2019. I would like to convey the warmest regard from the Minister of National Development Planning or Head of Bapenas to all of you. It is very unfortunate that he could not attend this event, and he wishes you all very productive discussion and meeting. On his behalf, I would like to convey his keynote speech for this event. Ladies and gentlemen, the population of the world are projected to reach almost 8.5 billion people in 2030, and Indonesia alone is estimated to be home of nearly 300 million people. In line with this growing population number, it is no doubt that the demand for natural resources will increase along with the ever-increasing consumption and human basic needs. It is imperative that proper planning and good policy be in place related to the optimization of our natural resources. As Indonesia is targeting to achieve the high-income country status in 2036 and advanced economy in 2045, the use of natural resources in the production processes will be very important issues to be resolved. Therefore, obtaining sustainable economic growth is imperative for Indonesia to achieve this goal of becoming high-income and advanced country. Indonesia's commitment to upholding the principle of sustainable growth and green economy cannot be overstated. The Constitution of Republic of Indonesia has stipulated that every people, has the right for decent and healthy well-being. Subsequently, this mandate has been followed up in enactment of Law Number 32, 2009 on environmental protection and management. Indonesia has also been active in participating in the global community related to the issue of environmental sustainability and sustainable production. In 2010, Indonesia set out the target of reducing the greenhouse gas emission up to 29% unconditional and 41% conditional. The government of Indonesia has also enacted the Presidential Regulation or Perpres number 59, 2017 concerning the implementation of Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs in Indonesia and mandated the Ministry of National Development Planning or Bapenas to develop the roadmap of SDGs in Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, Indonesia adopted the circular economy concept into its vision and development strategy. Vision Indonesia 2045 has elaborated on the circular economy concept as the policy going forward. The implementation of circular economy concept in the production process ensures that all material input are utilized to its maximum usage and described as a closed-loop production process through the 5R principle: reduce, reuse, recycle, recover, and revalue. The circular concept has also been incorporated in the technocratic draft of Indonesian Medium-Term Development Plan 2020-2024 in the form of mainstreaming of low-carbon development or LCD strategies in all of the development aspects. The circular economy, the sustainable development goal, and low-carbon development therefore has been inherently a part of the next Indonesia 5-year development plan. Other than that, the government of Indonesia, through the Ministry of National Development Planning, or Bappenas, signed a letter of intent with the Asian Development Bank, or ADB. This partnership is an effort to strengthen preventive measures in dealing with marine debris. The commitment to reduce the amount of marine plastic waste has been part of the plan in the technocratic draft of RPJMN. This effort translates into the development of action plan at the national, provincial, district, and city level, as well as the review and formulation of policies and regulations that support the transition to the circular economy. Fortunately, Law of Number 3, 2014 on Industrial Affairs and the Long-Term Indonesian Industrial Development Master Plan 2015 until 2035 has taken into account the concept of sustainable production and hence circular economy concept. Moreover, the support from related line ministers are already undertaken in the form of close coordination and joint forum in discussing the relevant policy instrument in creating long-lasting and productive industrial growth. Such instruments include rules and regulations on sustainable production method, enactment of green industry standard, and fiscal tools to increase the efficiency of natural resources usage. The effective application of the concept of circular economy through the green industry standard will help reduce the company operating costs from the use of resources, thereby increasing industry competitiveness that can bring opportunity for the economic growth. For instance, the government of Indonesia, through the Ministry of Industry, gave appreciation to one of the beverage industry which has innovated by building biomass facilities so that it can replace the use of natural gas fuel with renewable energy, or ABT, which is more environmentally friendly. With this facility, the company will get benefit in the form of efficiency use of raw material, energy, and water, so as to minimize waste and emission produced. Ladies and gentlemen, the success and result of the first and second Indonesian circular economy are expected to be part of this third forum. Hence, more comprehensive research are created as an effort towards implementing a circular economy in Indonesia through this forum. It is my sincere hope that this third Indonesian Circular Economic Forum 2019 can act as a platform to strengthen the commitment from all stakeholders on the topic of circular economy and sustainable development. It is only through partnership from the leaders, from the central and regional government, private enterprise, international development partners, NGOs, and community that progress can be expected. Lastly, I humbly express my gratitude to all committee members, international development partners, and leaders that attend this forum. Congratulations and thank you for your great effort to make this event possible. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you. For Mr. Bambang, please remain on the stage, sir, because we still want to continue our event today for token appreciation handed by Board of Advisory of Green Generation Foundation, Mrs. Christine Afandi. For Ms. Christine, please time and please are welcome. For the valuable speech. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we are going to listen to the speech delivered by the Honorable Charge d'Affaires at Interim of the Embassy of Norway to Indonesia, Mr. Bjornar Dahl Hortvedt. Please stand and please are welcome, sir.
I am now in the very curious situation where I have a prepared speech in Bahasa Indonesia. And all the other speakers are speaking in English. So what do? I mean, I have really prepared. I have rehearsed. So I will make my speech in Bahasa Indonesia, and to all Indonesians present, I ask for your forgiveness if my pronunciation, my pengucapan, is not yet very good. Okay. Yang saya hormati Duta Besar Uni Eropa, Bapak Vincent Piquet. Yang saya hormati pendiri Green Generation, Bapak Bijaksana Junarosano. Yang saya hormati Deputi Bidang Ekonomi Bappenas, Bapak Bambang Prijambodo. Yang saya hormati Christoph Bahwet, Kepala Perwakilan UNDP di Indonesia. Yang saya hormati Bapak, Ibu, dan hadirin sekalian. Dan selamat pagi dan terima kasih atas kesempatan yang telah diberikan kepada saya. Menggunakan sumber daya secara efisien adalah inti dari ekonomi masa depan. Melakukan yang sebaliknya adalah pemborosan sumber daya yang langka dan menyebabkan kerusakan lingkungan yang serius. Dalam ekonomi sirkuler, sumber daya digunakan dengan cara memaksimalkan nilai dan manfaat bagi masyarakat. Hal ini dapat dicapai dengan merancang produk agar lebih tahan lama dan lebih mudah digunakan kembali, diperbaiki, ditingkatkan, dan didaur ulang. Perusahaan yang berfokus pada efisiensi sumber daya dapat mencapai pengurangan biaya yang substansial, mendapatkan sumber pendapatan baru, dan meningkatkan reputasi mereka. Seperti kita semua ketahui, Penggunaan sumber daya yang efisien sangat logis secara ekonomi. Oleh karena itu, pemerintah kita harus secara aktif mempromosikan pengembangan ekonomi sirkuler. Menjadikan ekonomi kita lebih sirkuler adalah syarat mutlak jika kita ingin menciptakan masyarakat yang makmur dan juga menjaga planet kita. Saya sendiri bukan pesimis terhadap masa depan. Benar, ada banyak tantangan di negara saya, Norwegia, maupun di Indonesia. Paus-paus mati dengan perut penuh plastik sudah ditemukan di sejumlah pantai. Secara global, jumlah limbah dan polusi yang masuk ke sungai dan lautan sangat mengejutkan. Tetapi banyak kegiatan positif juga sedang dilakukan, termasuk di Indonesia. Saya memiliki kesan bahwa perubahan mindset sedang terjadi. Mungkin lambat, tetapi nyata adanya. Para pecinta lingkungan dan generasi muda memelopori perubahan ini. Tetapi saya melihat semakin banyak orang menyadari bahwa praktik membuang sampah di darat, di sungai, ataupun di laut tidak boleh terus dilakukan. Pemerintah Indonesia sudah melakukan banyak upaya untuk memperbaiki situasi ini. Saya bekerja di Kedutaan Besar Norwegia dan kami bekerja sama dengan berbagai kementerian Indonesia dalam isu-isu lingkungan. Tidak mudah bagi pemerintah Indonesia untuk melaksanakan reformasi atau mengubah arah ekonomi di negara yang kompleks seperti ini. Tetapi saya dapat memberitahu Anda, mereka terus bergerak maju. Di Norwegia, upaya untuk menjadikan ekonomi lebih sirkuler mendapat prioritas tinggi. Awal tahun ini, Menteri Perdagangan dan Industri kami menyatakan bahwa pemerintah kami akan menamparkan strategi nasional baru tentang ekonomi sirkuler. Kami sudah memiliki kisah sukses dalam satu area, yaitu daur ulang botol plastik. Semua supermarket di Norwegia harus memiliki mesin deposit untuk botol bekas. Mesin-mesin ini memainkan peran penting dalam memastikan tingkat daur ulang yang sangat tinggi untuk botol plastik. Tetapi trik yang sebenarnya adalah insentif finansial yang diberikan kepada pembeli botol. Ketika konsumen membeli botol plastik, mereka dikenakan biaya sekitar Rp4.000. Ketika mereka memasukkan botol kosong ke mesin deposit, mereka akan mendapatkan kembali uang dengan jumlah yang sama. Hasilnya, 97% botol plastik yang dijual kembali didaur ulang. 97%. Ini banyak. Kesimpulannya, ekonomi sirkuler adalah ekonomi masa depan. Tetapi itu tidak akan terjadi dalam jangka waktu dekat. Kita perlu contoh, inspirasi, dan belajar dari satu sama lain. Inilah yang kita dapatkan di Indonesia Circular Forum, dan itu juga menjadi alasan mengapa forum ini sangat penting. Saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada panitia acara Generation Foundation atas semua upayanya untuk menyelenggarakan forum ini. Dan kepada semua peserta, saya ucapkan selamat mengikuti konferensi yang bermanfaat bagi kita semua. Terima kasih.
Well, for Mr. Bjorner, please remain on the stage because we are still have a token appreciation session that will be handed by Board of Advisory of Greeneration Foundation, Mrs. Mukti Handayani. Please time and place are welcome. Also for Mr. Vincent for your valuable, incredible speech. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your great attention today for the 3rd Indonesia Circular Economy Forum 2019 that already held in Pullman Hotel Tamrin, Jakarta, Indonesia. Now, the next agenda is networking session or a coffee break. So we are kindly please invite all of the delegation to give you for about 15 minutes to enjoy this session. And we will be back soon to the plenary session at this dedicated room. Thank you and have enjoyed.